What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, if you couldn't tell from the intro of the video, I'm going to be fixing an issue on this car that should have been honestly the very first issue I should have fixed or did a mod or whatever you want to call it. So quick story time. If you guys don't care about my story, I will leave timestamps down below on where you can go straight to the parts list or the install of the video or the install of the horns rather, if that's all you care about. So, but until then, story time. So I was going to a Cars and Coffee one Saturday morning. It's like 7 a.m. or whatever. I pull up to a stoplight and there was already a Civic ahead of me. Light turns green. I guess he's on his phone or whatever. He's just not paying attention, just looking down. I give the horn a quick few jabs like I did in the beginning of the video. Didn't even look up, didn't flinch, just kept doing whatever he was doing, sitting at the green light. I lay on it again for like a second or so. Still nothing. And then there comes a truck behind us and he honks, and immediately the guy looks up. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and takes off. And that's from a dead stop, 6 a.m., nobody else on the road but us three cars, and he didn't even hear my horn, which was directly behind him, but he heard the guy honk from behind me. So that just tells you how dinky these Corolla horns are. I don't think the Camry has this issue, but I don't know. Either way, it's the same issue I had with my Mazda. A quick fix for that is to buy some Helitone horns or some Pia horns, some aftermarket horns that really get the job done. So that's what I'm going to be showing you guys today. I'm going to show you the parts list, and I'm going to show you how to install it. So let's get started. Okay, so here are the parts and tools that you're going to need. Obviously, first and foremost, you're going to need the Helitone horns. I got these off Amazon for like $4. I thought they were just one for $4 each, so I got two, but lo and behold, they come with two horns each, so I had a whole nother set. So basically, I just ordered two for like $8, but I don't know if they're still on sale by the time this video goes live, but just kind of keep an eye out. If not, I think they're like normally $30–40. You're going to need a 12mm wrencher socket, 10mm wrencher socket, and then obviously wrencher socket if you have so. You're going to need an extra 10mm bolt and nut with a couple of washers to mount the horn. You're going to need a 10 and 12mm ring terminals for your grounds. So you're obviously going to need some wires as well because this doesn't come with any grounds. You're going to need a, what is this, like a pop connector tool or flathead if you don't have one of these. You're going to need a dual horn connector, or if not, just buy a single horn connector if you only plan on using one, but I plan on using both. So this splits it up, and it is for the factory Toyota harness. So one end plugs into the factory harness right here, and then these two ends plug into one of each horn. And then you're going to need some shrink wrap or electrical tape depending on what you have on hand. And if you guys don't have any of this stuff on hand, I will leave links down below on where you can order all of yours. I got all of mine through Amazon, so it came in like 2 days if you're a Prime member. If not, just wait like a week or so. But yeah, that's everything you need. All of this probably gonna run you about $20 if you don't have any of it. If you have most of it, it's obviously just gonna run this. If you decide to make your own harness instead of using theirs, this actually does come with a relay, so that is a plus. But since I'm using this harness, I won't need this relay, but just know it comes with its own relay. So there you go. Hella yeah. Anyways, on to the install. Alright, so the best part about this whole install is that you do not need to remove the front bumper whatsoever. Everything is accessible through right here, the cooling plate. So to remove the cooling plate, all you gotta do is take off these 7 pot clips. And obviously if you're doing this with a brand new GR Corolla, it's fairly easy. They're all brand new clips. Just pull them out by hand. But if you need to, just go ahead and get one of those pry tools or a flathead. Go ahead and lift this up. Then next you're gonna have to take off this clip right here that holds in the snorkel. Another one right here. Then right here, this is more like a pop tab. So just go ahead and take the GR supplied flathead, stick it in there, pop that in, then pop it from the other side, and it should come right out. There we go. And There you have access to the horn right there. So next up, you're going to want to go ahead and take the 12mm bolt that's holding in the horn. So go ahead, break that loose. Set that to the side. Then go ahead and disconnect the horn. Like so, and yeah, you're done with this. Alright, so once you have the old horn out, you're going to want to take your wire harness. Then the extra wires that I told you to order. So you're going to take the 12mm ring head, use that as your ground, and then you're going to want to take a spade connector, put it to the other side. Now these are not positive or negative, they can go on either one. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and take my harness, the one I told you to get, go ahead and plug that one into the bottom, like so. Take the top one and use that as the ground. Take that bolt, go ahead, put it actually, you know what, let's go ahead and put it on the outside. Put that ring, the bolt, just like that. So your assembly should look something like this. Go ahead and mount it to the factory location. Take the factory harness and take this end, plug it into that. Make sure you feel or hear that click. There you go. Yeah, just go ahead and take your other one and get ready to route that wherever you need to. But in the meantime, go ahead and tighten up this horn. And there you have it, one horn installed. And if that's all you're going to do, you are done. But if you want to go ahead and do the second one, let's go ahead and get that one installed. Okay, so for this side, unfortunately, there is no factory mounting hole. It would be right here if there was another one. So if you wanted to, you could technically just drill this out and use it right there. But I found a slot right here, right next to it, that can house a 10mm bolt just fine. So that is the area I'm going to use. So just go ahead and take another ground. So take another ground wire, put the spade connector on one side, ring terminal for a 10mm on that side. We'll go ahead and put one into the ground. And then we're going to go ahead and route the harness. Let's see here. Hopefully I can find a way to route this to where. Go ahead and plug that into the bottom one, like so. Take the 10mm nut, bolt, and washer that I told you to get. Go ahead. Now this part is probably going to be the tricky part, trying to get it in, that's what she said, without dropping anything. So go ahead, slot that through there, take your ground, go ahead and slot that through like so. Take your washer, put it on the other side. And there you have it. So, and that is where I have the two horns mounted. Hopefully you guys can see. That one is just using the factory location. So if you want, like I said, you can drill a hole out right here to match where it is so it's symmetrical. I wasn't going to drill into it since there was already a hole right here. I just had to find a 10mm bolt washer and nut and lock washer to make sure it doesn't vibrate off. Routed the harness, the ground. So yeah, let's go ahead and see how it sounds. All right, so I have it set up to where it's right in front of it. Hopefully you guys can hear it pretty well, but yeah, just by the looks of them alone, they already look a lot more aggressive. So let's go ahead and see how it sounds. So as you guys can hear, it is extremely louder. So that is a must-have, in my opinion, for the GR Corolla. It should have been something that shouldn't even be an issue on cars nowadays. But what are you gonna do? So guys, once again, I'll leave links down below on where you can get everything that you need. And until next time, later.